What's up, guys? It's Vamp. Today we're going to react to the official announcement video for Live Arena in Raid Shadow Legends. This content's about to come out, and it might be the coolest thing they've released in Raid so far. But there's only one way to find out. Cue the video.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our newest update preview, where we'll be shining a light on one of our most highly anticipated features. Prepare to enter the Live Arena.
This could be
As
dope.
always, let's cover the basics first. Live Arena is a new arena mode where you can engage in real-time PvP battles against other players. While that's incredibly
cool,
awesome by
battle
itself,
ring.
Live Arena also comes with new quests, new artifact sets, as well as a Great Hall expansion, where you can use special Live Arena crests you earn from winning battles to unlock additional bonuses.
Ooh.
I know. I'm excited too.
Bonuses
You'll
for
unlock
certain
Live
dungeons?
Arena once you reach
Hold on.
level.
Wow. Potion Keeps, Ice Golem, Fire Knight, Dragon Spider, Hydra. Oh, that's where all mine are going. Tell you that right now. Demon Lord. Okay.
Additional bonuses. I know. I'm excited too. You'll unlock Live Arena once you reach level 50, and it'll
Easy.
be open several times a day. Our first idea was to have this as an always-on feature, but in development, we found it caused problems finding matches quickly and reliably. So, our plan is to open Live Arena on a set daily schedule, so we can ensure you won't have huge wait times when finding a match. To make
And like Loki, that builds hype for it as well.
sure everything's working correctly ahead of its grand opening, we'll be running a Live Arena test launch with a limited group of players. You can see the schedule for this test on screen now. As for the full launch, here's the schedule on screen. Live Arena will open in 2-hour windows, which should give you more than enough time to get your battles in. Remember, the full launch schedule is subject to change, and we'll of course let you know if and when it does. Enough talk. How do I start fighting? Like Classic or Tag Arena, initiating a Live Arena battle costs a Live Arena token. You can have a maximum of 5 at any given time, and you can purchase a refill with gems if you run out. Each new
10
refill will
gems, not
cost
bad at
more
all.
than the last one, though both the refill price and your default Live Arena tokens reset each day at midnight UTC. So your tokens are burning a hole in your pocket. Let's get to the juicy PvP fun. Once you hit the Find Opponent button, the game will find a worthy combatant of a similar skill level within your current Live Arena tier. To make matchmaking as fair as possible,
I hope it's
matches
good.
are found based on both your average and most recent performance data. Once you're matched with a suitable opponent,
Okay.
you're on to the first phase of battle. This is where you pick your champions and where the mind games truly begin.
This is where it gets good. Or is a huge letdown. Let's see.
A coin flip decides who picks first, and then each player takes a turn picking champions from their roster. Both players go back and forth until they both have a team of 5. Then each player gets to ban a single champion from the opposing team. That means that champion won't be taking part in the battle, bringing teams down to 4. In bronze and silver tiers, you can use duplicate champions. Once you hit gold, though, all champion picks must be unique across both teams. That means no duplicate champions at all. You can use all sorts of devious
That's
tricks
crazy.
during this phase. Conceal your intended strategy. Pick decoy champions to trick your opponent into banning a champion you weren't going to use. Deliberately pick champions to take them off the table for your opponent. The possibilities are endless. Just be aware that these...
Oh, okay. I didn't like pick up on that the first time he said. So if you go first and you pick Hegemon and they have a Hegemon, it's not just no dupe Hegemons on your team. It's one in the battle. What? That's crazy. This is at least interesting. They definitely did not half-ass this. We'll see how it plays out and what the rest of the video holds, but that's crazy. That makes it so much deeper level strategy, in my opinion, over just no dupes on your team. No dupes in the battle. Hopefully I didn't like call that out and I heard it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what he just said. Let's just back it up to make sure. Because he said take them off the table for your opponent.
use. Deliberately pick champions to take them off the table for your opponent.
Right there.
The possibilities are endless.
That's
Just
awesome.
be aware that
And
these
crazy.
same tricks are being used against you. Finally, Each player selects their team leader. As with all other game modes, the team leader's aura skill will empower the rest of your champions, so choose carefully. Don't take too long considering your strategy. Each of these phases has a time limit, and the game will decide for you if the time runs out. Once the teams are locked in, it's time to battle. In terms of the battles themselves, there's no mechanical difference.
Look at this HP. We already know who's going to win. That's ridiculous. How do you even have that low HP at 660? Anyway.
Themselves, there's no mechanical difference between Live Arena and Classic Arena. The turn order of champions is determined by their speed stat and various turn meter manipulation skills. And each champion takes a turn and uses skills like they always do. But while the mechanics may be the same, you're now fighting a real human instead of an AI. So be prepared for anything. Watch the clock when choosing your skills. You've got 15 seconds to make your choice. If you don't decide in time, well, the game will. Fail to take your turn 3 times in a
This
row,
is dope.
and you'll go into auto battle mode until you assume direct control. There's an overall time limit for every battle, too. Fail to finish within 30 minutes, and both players will be credited with a loss. Stalling is a viable strategy, and you'll want to fight as many Live Arena battles as you can while it's open. Now, let's take a look at why you'll want to play Live Arena. As if the thrill of testing yourself against real people wasn't enough, winning Live Arena battles gets you Live Arena points and Live Arena crests. We'll go on to crests in a minute. As for points, earning these will see you advance through the different Live Arena tiers, from bronze to gold. For now, there's no platinum tier. Once you reach silver 1, losing battles will lose you points. If you don't fight at least one Live Arena battle for 5 days, you'll start to lose 5 Live Arena points each day until you fight another battle. There are also repeatable Live Arena quests that give you various rewards, including a Live Arena token refill and new artifacts. On top of that, we have multiple one-time rewards for reaching certain point milestones, ranging from a fancy new avatar.
Is that a Void Champion in here? Pardon my French, but fuck the Sacred Shard. Is that 20 fragments? How hard is this to do? This seems not that hard for like a late game, in game player. There's a Void. Oh, he better be good.
To even a legendary champion.
Here he is.
Speaking of artifacts, let's pause and take a close
look
at the new sets available from Live Arena. Impulse and Zeal. Impulse artifacts increase your champion's speed and provide a chance of reducing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn. It's a great set for nukers, healers, pretty much any skills you want to use.
A great set for nukers. That's a great set for every damn body that isn't precisely speed tuned for PvE. That is 10% less than reflex with speed. Oh my God, that set is insane. That set is dope.
Often as possible. Then we have Zeal artifacts.
All right.
Increase the champion's critical damage by 25% and have them dealing more damage if their target still has high HP.
That doesn't seem as good, but that's still cool. Like crit damage 25%. I believe the only one we have is the 2-piece set for 20 and then 30 on the Swift Parry. But 7.5 for every 25, so that stacks to 30 if they're full health. Interesting, because it's like a very different mechanic than Savage, but like for champions that have built-in ignore, like Rotos, that could be interesting. Not saying that this is the best set for, I'm just thinking who might this work on, but like people that ignore defense or have a bunch of ignore in their kit so they don't necessarily need Savage. It's interesting. I definitely think the other set's better though.
It should give your attackers and nukers a little extra punch to take down champions in one shot.
Maybe this is like a good early game set, especially if you can sort of control, like you can farm that. Well, we'll see, but I assume you can farm this set a little bit more predictably than Savage. You go to Fire Knight, you get all the different various sets. It's RNG if you even get Savage. With this, at least, there's a possibility you'll kind of know you're getting this set or redeeming this set. I don't know. Let's see.
Both these sets will be available in the reward chests you get for winning 35 Live Arena battles. This is a regular quest, so you'll be able to farm.
So kind of like Hydra, a mix of both sets.
Winning. Finally, let's return to those shiny Live Arena crests.
Yeah, let's.
You can spend the crests you win in Live Arena battles to unlock area bonuses in the Great Hall. Here's how they work. Live Arena crests come in bronze, silver, and gold, just like classic arena medals. The first 3 levels of any area bonus are upgraded with bronze crests. Levels 4 to 6 need silver, and everything else needs gold. You can also use higher tier crests to unlock lower tier bonuses, just like with classic arena medals. You might also notice that with the introduction of area bonuses, the old bonuses earned by spending arena medals have had a name change. These are now called affinity bonuses because, as the name suggests, they boost the stats of champions of a specific affinity. We'll give you 3 guesses as to what area bonuses do. That's right. They boost the stats of any champion.
Corn.
Only in specific locations. For example, upgrading the attack bonus slot in the Potion Keeps row will, you guessed it, increase your champion's attack when fighting in the Potion Keeps. Area bonuses will also give you the option to increase your champion's speed, and even give them the ability to ignore a portion of enemy defense. Remember the hard mode dungeons we
Holy
talked
crap.
about in the previous What's Next in Raid episode? Area bonuses will be a huge help in farming those locations. And the best thing? Area bonuses apply to a champion's base stat directly, just like affinity bonuses. Add all these bonuses together, and you'll be super strong when fighting in certain locations. Bosses, fear my wrath. Okay, that's all there is to tell about Live Arena for now. We can't wait to see the changes to Raid's PvP scene, and we hope you all have a blast. We want to add a few things in future iterations, so keep an eye on the news too. Until then, hit like and subscribe to keep on top of new videos. Happy raiding.
There we go. Wow. That looks awesome. I'm really excited to try that. I need to go look at that Void Legendary Champion. As a matter of fact, let's do that now. He's not in the game yet, so we're going to check him out here. So he's obviously a Legendary Void. Bannerlord's Attack, which is the first place I went to look. I just didn't know if there was a chance he was a Bannerlord lookalike in some other faction. There's not too many to pick from with that very knight-looking armor. But anyway, so A1, attacks one enemy, places an extra hit if the target has no buffs. If this attack is critical, repeats the attack once. Okay, so he's Void. It's always gonna double. Maybe not with reaction. I can't remember if reaction changes it. Yeah, it definitely makes it not a crit. So with reaction, that could counter this, but that's pretty cool. And then just straight up damage, 25% damage in books on the A1. A2 attacks one enemy, removes all buffs, then places a 60% decreased defense debuff on the target for 2 turns before attacking. Thank you. Not after. Before. After is a legacy thing. After is stupid. These effects cannot be resisted or blocked. I was just thinking about this today, about something completely random. I don't even remember which champion it was for. I think it was your Carl. Thinking that it's so much better for a champion not to only have cannot be resisted, but also cannot be blocked. Because cannot be resisted by itself is just countered by block debuffs. That's awesome. Can't be resisted or blocked. Damage inflicted by this skill cannot be decreased by enemy passive skills or masteries, except by the passive skills of bosses, obviously. Damage inflicted by this skill cannot be increased by either this champion's masteries or ally passive skills, except when attacking bosses. That is cool. That is the type of shit they don't normally do in a skill. That is like Ninja-esque, how Ninja handles AoE mobs and bosses differently in the AI. That's awesome. Resets the cooldown of the crowd favorite skill if this attack kills an enemy, which, as we can see, is the A3. But then we got, staying on the A2 for a second, 5%, 5%, 5%, 10%, and cooldown -1. So 3-turn cooldown with also 25% damage on that skill. Wow. He'd have to hit like a noodle for these books not to make him a smacker. Attacks all enemies. This is crowd favorite, sorry. Attacks all enemies, places a 50% increased attack and a 30% increased crit damage on this champion for 3 turns before attacking. He's the GOAT. This guy is him. Resets this cooldown of strip away skill if this attack kills an enemy. What? Put this man in relentless. 4-turn cooldown. Jesus. 25% damage on that one as well. He's got 1 cooldown book in his kit. This is how Void Legendary should be. Even if you don't book him, I assume he still hits. He's going to hit way harder with books because he's got 25% damage on every skill, and I'm assuming he already hits. But the fact that his cooldown tuning doesn't need books except for on one ability that's already on a low-ish 4-turn cooldown is awesome. Let's check out the passive. This guy just gets better the farther down we read. Each of this champion's skills deals additional pure damage. The amount of pure damage dealt is equal to 10% of the target's max HP for each buff on them. The additional pure damage will ignore shield buffs. That's weird, but I'm not going to complain. This guy's nuts. Pure damage, which I'm a little bit hazy on what exactly that means, but I think it means it ignores all damage mitigation. It's just like siphoning their HP, I believe. And then, wow, just like a 2% higher than your normal, but like the typical legendary and or void legendary attack aura that I usually see. I guess this one's arena battles, but all battles is usually like 33%. Clearly he's built for arena. I'm sure people will use him elsewhere at times, but 35%, not bad. This guy looks awesome. Wow. I need him yesterday. Yeah. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. If you did, hit the like button for me. And if you want to see more raid content like this, especially reactions and especially content teaching you how to play raid better, especially if you're an early game player or a mid game player or a low spend free-to-play player, excuse me. God forbid I confuse the two. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be putting out good shit, as much of it as I can crank out. Catch you guys in the next video. Happy raiding.